Thank you for playing that out. And now I request Mr. Shailendra Kumar, trustee of TIOL Knowledge Foundation and the man behind the vision of TIOL, to welcome our august guests. Mr. Shailendra Kumar.
A very pleasant good morning to all. And before I welcome distinguished guests, I must extend my thanks to the Honorable Finance Minister who could not make it today. She's in Mumbai, but she has served with lots of blessings for us and TIL Awards. And let me thank her and thank you, ma'am, and belated birthday also. She recently had the birthday. So a very warm welcome to the Honorable Chief Guest, Justice Saran. Unfortunately, he is not with us today because of some late evening developments bordering with some family exigencies. But his generous wishes are with us. We had several interactions with him, and he was all praise and big motivator for us how to proceed for the next year, etc. Lots of ideas we got from him. Thank you, sir. We are going to miss you. And let me thank Mr. N.K. Singh, the guest of honor, our very special guest, Mr. N. Jha, former Finance Secretary, member of 15th Finance Commission, Mr. G.C. Srivastava, former Director General, International Taxation, and of course, Honorable Jury, we have Justice Lahoti, Mr. Sumit Bose. I think he had a appointment with the doctor. Probably he will be joining after some time. Thank you, sir. I mean, you showed tremendous amount of patience with these technical glitches, and we will welcome you back after some time. Mr. Bhattacharya is with us, Mr. Girish Ahuja is with us, Madam Praveen Mahajan and Mr. Joshi, the honorable jury members are with us. Thank you, sir. It's really wonderful to have you. Both the chairmen, I must thank and welcome them, although they are physically not here. They had promised that virtually probably they will try, but I guess this meeting is proceeding in Mumbai, so they will not be able to connect. So Mr. Ajit Kumar, Chairman, CBIC, and Mr. Mahapatra, both of them, thank you, sir, and wonderful videos they have shared. We will play it today. And then, of course, Mr. Bhatnagar was supposed to be here, member customs, and I think he is still trying. He's somewhere, probably at the tip of the India's shoes, somewhere in Trivandrum. So probably he is still trying. So we may connect with him. And thank you, sir. At least your wishes are there, and your attempt to connect with TIL and audiences, and your good wishes for all of us. And of course, I must thank all my juries here and everybody present here. I also must thank Mr. Sanjeev Kausal, Additional Chief Secretary Haryana, who has just joined us remotely. Mr. Ramesh Abhishek, former Secretary Industry, who has also joined us, and Mr. V. Sridhar, former Chairman CBEC, who has also joined us from Chennai, and of course Mr. A.K. Pandey, the former Director General DRI, who has joined us from somewhere in France. Sorry, sir, I am keeping you awake. He has also joined us remotely. He just informed me that he's waiting for this link. So nice of you, sir. I mean, these blessings for all of us that you are awake. Dr. Anup Sharup, Vice Chancellor, Jagran University and Global Knowledge Alliance from Sydney. He is also awake. He is with us remotely. So thank you, Mr. Sharup. And my 88-year-old professor of journalism from Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Professor Dua from California, he is also awake. So he is also with us, in fact. So much of blessings for TIL Awards and all of us, the people who are who have been waiting for this event, and they're with us today. I must thank my mentors, Mr. Naresh Minocha, Mr. Usha Rai, Mr. D.P. Gupta, Mr. Sumit Dutt Majumdar, Mr. R.K. Chakrabarti, who is Mr. T.R. Rustagi, Mr. R.K. Mahajan, Mr. Somesh Arora, Mr. Rajneesh Kumar, Mr. Anand Kishore, and distinguished civil servants cutting across various All India and central services, and very proud winners of TIL Trophy of National Taxation Award 2020, the friends from Corporate India, of course, who are here, legal and media fraternity, lots of my colleagues from TIL, senior colleagues, Mr. Vijay Kumar is online, Mr. Chutan, Mr. Radhakrishnan, from Mumbai, from Hyderabad, Mr. Bijay Ramachandran from Bangalore, Anuradha from Hindu, We have two colleagues, my former colleagues from Los Angeles, one from Jyoti, London. She is still awake. She is not keeping her eyes shut. She says that, sir, my eyes will not shut until we see the event. So much of wishes for all of them. I welcome all of them. My batchmates, lots of them, in India, abroad, Mr. Lohani, Singh, Mr. Sahi, Kaushal, and of course, Mr. Rajesh Prasad from Rajkot. So we have, I welcome all of them. The members of the organizing committee, of course, Mr. Siddha, Mr. Sikhar, Mr. Rishabh, Mr. Sanjay Agrawal, Mr. Sudhir Thomas, Sikha, Richa, Anjum, Nikhat, Shashwati, Prashant, Devendra, Team Shutra, of course. I must give them the credit that they gave us little, heart-wrenching time and pulsating time a few minutes back. But still, I give them the credit that we are live and we are able to connect with thousands of people across the country. And of course, the digital hype tribe which worked on TIL award portals right from the beginning. I also take the opportunity to welcome TIL Tax Congress speakers, Mr. Dharmakirti Joshi from Krishil India, Mr. Akhilesh Ranjan, former member CVDT, Honorable Justice Godda Raghuram, whose blessings are with us, but unfortunately for medical exigencies again, this morning, probably he will not be able to make it. He texts me. And Mr. N. McIntyre, Additional Solicitor General of India, he is going to be with us. Mr. S.K. Rahman, Dr. Pasquale Pistone, who will be the academic chairman of the world's oldest and richest database on international taxation from the Netherlands, and my friend Mr. Pratik Jain from PricewaterhouseCoopers. I have received I have actually conceived TIL Congress as a forum basically for grooming a new culture of fiscal thought leadership with an eye on near and future term fiscal responsibilities and development of India. And that is why I extend my apology to my friends from the industry who were very keen to have a kind of Q&A session. So I sincerely hope that the Congress will produce some big ideas with some key policy contours by drawing experiences from various tax jurisdictions in the fast-changing and dynamic post-COVID world. So thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion for the first edition of TIL Taxation Award. I would like to take the credit from the winners of the trophy by adding some pulsating moments to their waiting time, for finally holding the trophy, perhaps in a few minutes from now. Frankly speaking, all of us would like to give this credit or discredit to COVID-19, which delayed this event by over 1.5 years. And I must thank my guest of honor, Mr. N.K. Singh, for giving us the initial morale booster dose by launching TIL Award portal in 2019. Thank you for your blessings and inspiring motivation, sir. And I would like to congratulate you for taking over Indian Economic Growth Society as its new president. So the result has come only yesterday. So thank you, sir. Congratulations. I would also like to thank the Punjab Finance Minister, Mr. Manpreet Singh Balwal, and his able advisor, Mr. V.K. Garg, the former Secretary to Government of India and former Chairman, Union Public Service Commission, Mr. Deepak Gupta, who is remotely with us today, Dr. A.V. Dey from AIIMS, Dr. Arvind Avasthi, former CAG, Deputy CAG, and of course Mr. N. is with us, my mentor jury, Dr. Girish Ahuja and Mr. A.K. Bhattacharya, for the endorsement of our book, COVID-19, to be released today. Thank you, sir, all of you. You have spared valuable moments and went through the book and commented. Thank you, sir. So I must thank my publisher, Oakbridge, Series Chandra, my friend Dehani, and particularly the senior editor, Priyanka Srivastava, and her entire team for doing a wonderful, stellar job. Let me, friends, come back to, the COVID-19. Ultimately, the whole thing, everything revolves around COVID-19 now. So COVID-19, it actually came as a hurricane, for all of us. Not only all of us, rather for the entire world. It has upset both lives and livelihoods for millions and millions of people, the rich as well as the people in the poor countries, and its butterfly effect continues to create a kind of chaos in the world economy even today. But what I would like to talk about here today is the long-term effect of the basic principles which would ultimately end up raising the height of the fiscal cliff, or perhaps fiscal prudence, and also perhaps fiscal appetite for most of the governments across the world. in coming years or maybe coming months. So pandemic, I look at pandemic, which has structurally transformed the paradigm of a welfare state worldwide. Some of the established principles, such as means testing, which used to guide most of the governments across the world while designing welfare schemes for the poor, social insurance, naturally, when those who paid for it, they will get the social insurance, and some of those conditionalities where normally, you do something and you get paid. But all these principles have been literally thrown out of the window now. During the pandemic, this corona time, we have seen with popping eyes how the governments in many countries, including India, virtually wrote near blank checks for everything from job guarantees to food. And mind it was certainly not fiscal elitism or fiscal posturing for some political gains. The rich and even the poorer countries have done it for their own people. Perhaps a rush of blood at times of crisis, you may call it. Besides job retention scheme and economic stimulus packages, they have also sent cash. India is one of them. As much as $17 trillion worth of welfare measures have been taken in the past 18 months. Besides, I'm sure the purists from the world of economics would like to call it fiscal hanging or simply wading into the neck-deep fiscal waters. And there is no stopping to it. People are quite full-throated demanding a stronger and wider safety nets. And after all, pandemic has dumped over 25 crore people across the world into poverty again. And where will the resources come from? No trophy for guessing it. It will come from the taxpayers' pockets, and it has to. A brief economic history tells us that Great Depression 1929, Americans introduced Social Security. President Biden recently got a $3.5 trillion budget sanction again to expand the Social Security network. The Europeans did it by the turn of the 20th century, the Social Security networks. And for us in India, perhaps, COVID is going to be the tool for a change in the connotation and meaning and definition of welfare. I feel that the last middle class today across the world, which is looking up to their government to help it at times of crisis and become more, this sort of crisis and pandemics will become more frequent visitors to this world, perhaps they are looking up to their governments for hand-holding, for relief, for job retention, and particularly the middle class. In fact, it's very interesting, the study which I came across, that ILO, the International Labour Organization, says that it has given interesting insight into furlongs of event which preceded us, in last few months. Between January 2021 to February 2020, as many as 1,600 social protection schemes have been launched worldwide by the rich as well as the poor nations. And 60% of the families, they got relief from their governments, and they never had got any relief in the past. There was no history. So for the first time during the pandemic, the dependence of the middle class, 60% of the family, was so much of the government. And you can imagine the kind of resources required by the government and what will happen now in coming years, in particular country like India or poor countries. More interestingly, I feel that this climate change report which came recently, that the things have changed drastically so much for all of us. The life has changed unrecognizably. And an UN report on climate change says that life will change perhaps less for others and definitely more for the taxpayers who will have to pay taxes for their carbon consumption in the coming years. So with growing carbon footprint, we are likely to pay more taxes. Surprisingly, a recent survey in UK has indicated that out of 10 taxpayers, 6 are in favor of increasing the tax rate, the carbon tax rate. I'm pretty sure that in India, we have to be equally prepared for this kind of, those days are not too far away and certainly not too distant. And this is where I see a sustainable role for TIL Taxation Award, which can act as a febrile catalyst, a socio-economic driver to motivate common taxpayers, not only to file their GST or income tax returns, but also to contribute to the exchequer's kitties in whatever manner one is obligated to do so. A fundamental problem which taxes I have come across, I have noticed, is that it gets guided largely by the dominoes effect. People tend to pay taxes if they tend to see neighbors, their friends, their family members, others in the kinship network paying their taxes in right size and right quantity. If a few scofflaws may tend to skip, our tax system fails to pin them down, then it threatens the core strength of the tax system, and that is the public trust. I sincerely hope that our fledgling and noble efforts would motivate more like-minded, public-spirited people to help the government, both the federal and the state, and ourselves by discharging our tax dues, and help tax-sized citizens also in terms of perhaps, to discharge their responsibilities and leave behind a very rich legacy for the posterity, a very healthy fiscal system, for the generations to come in India. At this juncture, we may also say that a prize for the fiscal inoculation of our society, our nation. Let us all remember that no nation is immune to the law of unintended consequences. With these words, I salute all the winners of the trophy today for their spirit and jazba to compete and form the first batch of the model taxpayers for the nation at large. Since COVID-19 is not going anywhere so soon, I do expect every honest and model taxpayers in India to turn into a sort of tax warrior and encourage others to pay their dues in India, and also able to flatten the curve of high tax rates across the board, a common perception in our society. It is a celebration day for the entire taxpayers community in India, and I congratulate each one of you on this historic day, thanking you all for encouraging our entire team of TIL Knowledge Foundation and TIL team, as well as attending this event and giving a major boost to our morale for attempting to give back more than what we have taken from our society. I do promise to deliver more at our next Taxation Award 2021, which should be notified in September, for the taxpayers to participate over a period of 4 months. Thanking you all. Thank you, sir.